welcome to My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
And Christina, I swear to God, we cannot move any further because I have to know.
Okay. Yes.
Your mom is on the dating scene again.
Yes.
She's on the maps.
Yes,
Yep.
she is. And wow. Wow.
A journey. A journey for you.
A journey
I
for
feel
me.
like,
A
yeah.
journey for all of us.
Welcome, everyone.
Wow. Let me tell you, like, I think it was hard enough for me to learn dating apps because I was new to the scene, but I kind of have gotten a glimpse of what it's like walking in my mom's shoes as she's swiping.
I gotta say, I don't know that I would want to be on a dating app. I cannot imagine
Being in your 60s
and trying
swiping through our time, swiping through guys. Like, okay, so I did show a picture of this
a
charming
gentleman.
teaching my mom tools of the trade, i.e. Google, reverse image search, all kinds of things, because I have seen like what she's swiping and it is so rife with scams.
I'm sure our
scammer.
time is just
Yeah, absolutely. You know what you need to do,
a
Christina?
pit.
You have got to send your mom the entire first season of Catfish, the TV show, on DVD.
absolutely.
Yes.
Just, Mom,
on
please.
TVC.
But you know it's got to be on
no,
DVD.
I know. I'm laughing because it's true.
It's so true. Yes.
And just be like, look, you got to watch this. Watch this with
learn from Neve.
a pen and a pad of paper. Take notes.
I think there are few things lower in life than somebody that is scamming
Takes
lonely,
advantage.
brokenhearted women.
Yeah. Or just people.
Or people.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. I think it's incredibly low. You guys, remember like how devastated it was. My mom was really excited that she was talking to a retired general in Afghanistan and having to explain that to your it's horrible. Anyways,
And she was
to truly
in a really
your aggrieved mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was
coming
in
out of a
very vulnerable position.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Very vulnerable. And this person was
but it's
taking
so
advantage.
full of it. My mom gets bombarded. So I'm still on Facebook. Obviously, the only reason that I am still on Facebook is to interact with worsties. That's it. Literally.
It's right.
I would be
Same.
hard gone if
Yeah,
it
like,
weren't for the worst date
better
group.
than me. Because I'm sorry. I love y'all. I love all of y'all so much. But I had to GTFO. Especially right now.
I can barely be
Thoughts
on
and
there.
prayers to everybody who's on Facebook right now as the world is crumbling.
But so the other reason why I'm on it, I guess the second reason now is so that I can keep track of the trolls and just everybody on my mom's page.
Yeah.
Like anything she posts, like pictures of her grandkids, there'll be some rando. Hello, beautiful.
No.
What is that? That's happening to my mom too. She showed me so much stuff
Yes.
on Instagram.
And it's like every single one of my mom's
What
posts is
is
a
up?
different. Scammers are scamming, and it is hardcore. And
Yeah.
it's on Facebook. It's through Messenger. It's through the games that they play on their phones.
It's wild.
It's wild.
Because my mom showed me, I mean, she's not responding to any of these people, but like she has shown me like men are we're all up on her Instagram page. It was just like every time she posted a picture of herself on her Instagram or in her DMs on Instagram.
Oh,
it's
God.
so wild. And it's always the same kind of thing.
Yeah, it's always the same kind of message. And then I'm like, I'm already kind of freaking out. I'm very protective of my mom. And then I'm watching this Hulu series where they're talking about romance scams. And these are intelligent women, business owners and that sort of thing, where they've been talking to these guys for 6, 7, 8 months before they even, and I'm like, by that point, you're making excuses and they just steal thousands of dollars.
I don't have time in my life for pen pals.
My mom does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
Like a
That's the
older
problem.
retired.
That's exactly why
person.
they go after these people
Yep.
because they're like, oh, they have time for this.
Yeah.
They do, honestly. They have time on their hands.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they have, a lot of times I think they're counting on the fact that they're not as savvy on the internet. They're not as cynical as we are. I think they also count on the fact that maybe they have a little bit of money, like a pension or something that they can take. And it's just...
Or like retirement, or someone's lost a husband who maybe left them money, or...
Yeah. Oh, gosh. That is bleak.
It's disgusting.
That is dark.
Yeah. So in the spirit of that, I did see something on Reddit, of course, where they were talking about if you could change anything about dating apps to make them better, like what would you change?
I mean, I think we've discussed this recently, and I know that there has been some forward movement in this direction, but background checks.
Yeah.
Background checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I need to know if you've scammed before, you shouldn't be on this app.
Yeah,
shouldn't be allowed. You scammed once, you're not allowed. If you have an assault, if you have violent assault, sexual assault, you shouldn't be allowed.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. If you have a felony, you should not be allowed.
Yeah. It's rough. And then when I was reading,
or you should be able to it should be clear.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, when I was reading through some of the responses, something I thought of, I'm like, there's not really an incentive for dating apps to work.
No.
Oh God, no. Yeah.
No.
Because
why would they?
They're losing people once it works. You know, Eric
gone.
and I still, we're not on the app anymore. So I'm like, why would you want to make something good? Because then you would lose your customers.
Was it Hinge that had that whole campaign that's like the dating app that's meant to be deleted? Like, we want you to get into a happy relationship so that you delete the app.
I think there's always going to be single people.
Yeah, there will always be.
It is it's an evergreen industry for sure.
But yeah, now I think to even like really use the apps, like for a lot of people, they're having to like pay for a lot of the features where you're able to like filter out certain things that you're not interested in.
I think that, to me, how I would make, if I had a dating app, okay, like just I was starting a dating app, I would make everybody do a video intro. Like, you would have to introduce yourself.
Like those old 1980s.
Just like those old
VHS.
1980s. I want to see.
I like long walks on the beach and
come with your personality.
Yeah.
Make a video. But no, seriously, I think because then you're like, I see you, you're speaking. I know that there's no catfishing.
Although we're heading into deep fakes. So that'll be short-lived before people start scamming that way.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Gosh.
I didn't even think
I know,
about that.
the future is scary, isn't it?
It's terrifying. Yeah, that's the only thing that I could think of was the whole like background checks to just make it.
But that doesn't mean somebody's not going to use use a fake name.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely still ways. There's always going to be ways. It's never going to be 100% safe. But I think also, the thing about dating apps as well, and just everything about like our modern culture, including like TikTok and all social media platforms, basically, it's basically a social media app. All these dating apps, they run the same way.
Right.
They want you to stay on there as long as possible.
Oh,
First
absolutely.
Of all, like that's
the
how
dopamine
they make
rush.
a ton of their money. And two, all of these apps and stuff, and I love TikTok. I love TikTok, but like TikTok is especially bad in terms of like rewiring our brain to just like, what's next? What's out there? What else is out there?
Oh, my attention span is now like 2.5 seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I feel like dating apps operate very much the same way. You're just kind of like next, what's next?
Well,
and
the
then
other thing too, I think that like for us, again, I think that we have become more cynical and jaded in regards to the internet in general, where I'm just like, it takes me a long time to trust anything that I see on the internet. My very first instinct is that's fake. Lies.
You lying.
But I don't think that my mom's generation is there.
No. Oh God, no. I mean, I share with you guys all the time things that get sent to me by family members that they've seen on the internet. It's just, I do think it's not all people of that generation, but definitely a good chunk. And this isn't a slight on them. It's just that like we grew up with it far more.
Right.
I mean, I was on social media. I was in AIM chat rooms when I was in elementary school. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
I've been here. Okay.
Right,
Like
yeah.
I've been playing this game for a while. You fooled me once on MySpace bulletin
I'm not
board.
dating Rupert Grint.
That's right.
Oh no.
I'm not dating Ron Weasley. I'm not forwarding your email
Right.
Oh
you know,
my
to
God.
10 people, or else I'll have,
Bad
the
luck
Slender
for-
Man come into my room or
Oh
whatever.
my God. Is that what's happening now, you guys? Did we all not forward?
Oh no.
Is that why our timeline is so shit? Is
You
because
might
we
be right.
refused to forward.
I never did. You're absolutely,
You're absolutely
right.
right. This is the
no.
collective bad energy from an entire generation of people who were
We're
like,
like,
I
no.
will not forward that chain email.
Oh no. We've done it, you guys.
Oh, we fucked it up.
Yeah, I don't know how we make the internet better except for
We
just
can't.
teaching everybody to mistrust it a little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest. This is a very pessimistic view. There's no fixing the internet.
No.
It's just going to get worse. Like I
Yes.
said, because things are getting more realistic. It's harder and harder to tell if something is real or not, because like there's that search engine that they're talking about on Daily Zeitgeist
Yeah.
where you can search any random combination of words and it will like, it might be bad. Like right now it's really bad, but it will just like pull it up. If you're like, I want to see Rachel Bilson eating a banana, it will like find that for you, And so I'm just
Wow.
like and then there's like all the deep fakes where it
Yeah.
looks like somebody is talking or it looks like whatever.
Yeah.
And so
Are you
can
talking
make-
about the art app?
I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah. It's like oh geez, I'm totally blanking on the name. But you can like art image basically, and it like will make that.
Yeah, it'll make it. So I mean, right now it's really bad and it looks fake, but
Yeah.
it won't always. Like there will be a time, like technology is just going to keep evolving until you can't believe anything, which is like very, very scary to think about. But I don't see how we're not headed there.
Yeah. Well, the other scary thing to think about is if you're a gentleman trying to scam my mom on our time, I have a particular set of skills.
Yeah, she will
Yeah.
Liam Neeson you 100%. Yeah.
Stay away. I'm warning you now.
I know that you are not in the military. I know that you are not a general.
I know. My gosh. No, I did tell her, I was like, the list of traits that is automatically, I'm like, oil rig.
Yep.
If they're on an oil rig,
Yep.
that's fake.
Fake.
In the military, yeah, no, that's fake too.
Yeah.
If they ask you for money is the biggest one.
Oh,
and that's what we were
absolutely.
saying. It's just like, look, it's not a normal thing to start requesting money from somebody that you've never met in person.
In
Right.
fact, I think that your mom should start immediately asking for money from
Yeah.
these people.
Ooh.
Scam the scammer.
Scam the scammers.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
that.
I love
Yeah.
that too. Watch how quickly they run away the second you're
Yeah.
like,
I-
I'm going to need a $200 deposit before we move forward.
Oh man, I am. My electric's about to be cut off. I just, I only need like $200 to keep it going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you give me the money and then we'll turn around and deposit the extra money into your account.
Yeah.
No, someone did. My mom was telling me about a scam where she was talking to this guy and this guy's like, I want to buy you a Mercedes.
All right,
My
do it
mom's like,
then. Is it
all
coming to my
right.
house? When's it going to be here?
And he's like,
I just need your social security number.
he
No,
said,
ma'am.
he said, I just need you to sell your car
Oh.
and give me
sir.
the money
Uh-huh.
and then I'll give you a Mercedes.
Does that work? Does that work?
What?
Like, if you
Wait,
can afford
okay.
to buy me a Mercedes, why do you need my
Why do you
old
need me to
Honda
sell
Civic money?
my Kia?
For what? Honey. And then, oh, wow.
It's a 2008. Like, I don't think you're gonna get that much.
It's not. It's not gonna be for what?
There's like 150,000
They are not even
miles
trying.
on it.
Honey, you're
Honestly.
not even trying anymore.
You're like, my door handle pulls up, like it falls off every time I open it. But sure, yeah.
Exactly.
You're not
No.
even trying anymore. That's not even trying.
No, but
it
God
must
bless her.
work, right?
My mom just like laughed it off. So she definitely knows the no money thing. But yeah, we're learning. We are learning digital age dating tricks.
And she should have been like, you know what? If you send me $200, I could list it on a really good site.
Get
but
the
I have to
most.
I have to have $200 first before, like, just, come back.
Your mom is brave. We were talking before this recording of like, if anything happened, I don't think I'd be back on those apps. I think I'd be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm fine.
My mom has the biggest heart of anybody. And so that's, I want to fight to protect it. So no, she's hardening herself up a little bit to be on the internet.
She just hasn't had to before.
No, it's this new territory.
Man, just
territory.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Do we have a Tainted Love?
Or Fuck, Marry, Kill?
That's what I said.
Yes, we do. Actually, somebody wrote in one.
Yes.
We have a very, very lovely patron that made a suggestion. Traits.
Okay.
Traits that we do not like in a partner.
Okay.
That's what they want us to fuck, marry, kill.
So he's a 10, but...
Yeah.
Oh.
It's kind of like that.
Okay.
All right. He's a 10.
Okay.
But he does not clean his bathroom.
Ooh.
The bathroom has that slight air of piss smell.
No.
There's like the shaving cream and little tiny hairs in the sink.
It's the little hairs for me.
There's the
It's
2-in-1.
hairs.
It's the 2-in-1 in the shower.
Listen.
the Suave 2-in-1.
I will allow that to
$3.99.
happen as long as that's a clean bathroom, but I will not allow it in a dirty bathroom.
There is something, of course, when there's like little hairs on the toilet, that those are pubic hairs, and that's bad. And that's bad. It's really bad. But there is something for me when there's little hairs all over the counter, like they shaved.
Yes.
And
Couldn't be bothered.
Can't be bothered
And
with
then it gets like in the grout.
The toothpaste ring.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Splatter mirror.
Oh.
That bath towel that is like magically clean, even though it's like... I think about that sometimes. People that don't wash their bath towels. I'm like, what do you think happens? Like it doesn't clean itself, like staying there on the hanger.
In fact, there's definitely mold deep in the roots of that towel. Yeah.
Oh God.
It's always a little threadbare, see-through and
A little
parts.
crusty.
Stiff.
Exactly.
Stiff towel.
Why is it so hard? Oh
It's
God.
just like built up sediment on it. No.
Body crumbs.
Okay. Let me think about this.
Okay.
Oh,
He's
God.
a 10, but he whistles when he talks.
Oh, sweetheart.
And all I can think about is that guy
From Family Guy?
or is it,
no. Oh, that's a nightmare. Okay, well, this is totally cheating, but from our last episode, I gotta do it because these are all bad, and I need to know what Christina will pick with these options. He's a 10, but he's a barbershop quartet.
Oh.
And they practice at your place.
Oh my God. It's like that movie, The Breakup.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay. We have to fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I know what I'm going to do.
I actually think I do too. You go first.
I'm going to marry the whistler.
Okay.
I do not like a whistle. In fact, I this is something very strange about me, but I feel like whistling is an aggressive way to tell people that you're happy, and you can just be quiet about it. Be happy in your head. Whistling is just really fucking annoying.
You know what? That's so funny. You are like my cat Matilda. My cat Matilda, she's so funny. Like, cats are so funny. She's so full of personality. Nothing will make her throw those paws faster than you whistling.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
If she is on your lap and you start whistling, she looks up at you like she's about to
She's like, are you fucking
fuck
serious?
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No,
then
I don't
she
like
will
it.
try it. She will swipe at you if you
But
keep
you're going to
whistling.
marry this person?
I'm going to marry this person, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I think that is a negative trait of mine to be so offended when other people are happy. That's not a good thing.
We're not talking about whistling by happy either.
You can get like dental surgery.
Okay.
Or there's
fixable.
It's fixable.
But what if he doesn't want to? What if he likes that about
Maybe
himself?
he likes whistling with he talks.
No, he doesn't. So
You're like,
No,
He doesn't
absolutely not.
actually.
I'm going to fuck the dirty bathroom because I've already done so countless number of times in my life. I know what I'm in for. And
It's actually probably really good.
And that's exactly what I was going to do the same thing. I was like, dirty bathroom guy. It's like we had that whole conversation where it's just like the best sex you ever had is like on a mattress on the floor in someone's garage.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
It's going to be like
Somebody's
that.
couch.
You're going to wake up the next morning, have to use the bathroom and hover in there. Like,
you're
what
just
the
going to
why?
shake it off.
But the night before was a good time.
Yeah.
You're going to smell mildewy
Some
for
of
a
the
while.
best sex I've ever had has been on a couch.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the angle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty solid in that. And that acapella guy, no thank
You're like,
you.
fuck you.
Wow.
No.
Fuck you and your acapella group.
Yeah, I do feel like you would get angry.
Oh, you would be
like,
so
actually
visceral.
angry at
Like-
this man's passion.
You're so upset right now.
I don't like it.
You're like, I can't.
I don't like it.
Oh my God.
Good luck. You know what? Like the world needs all kinds. And I'm not saying I'm right. You know what I mean? It's a preference. And my preference is to be nowhere near an acapella group.
Got
so
it. Yeah.
just
You're like,
how I feel.
absolutely fucking not.
that's just how
I
feel.
get like real Phil Dunphy vibes and I love Phil Dunphy. So there's
Yeah.
a part of me that's like sees him in that light.
You know, okay. I think I am going to marry barbershop quartet
Yeah.
guy.
Oh my.
Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah, no, I'm same.
I think I am because whistle would drive me. That's that one thing that you're like, I think I can handle this. And then like a year into the relationship,
You and me-
you're just sitting on the other side of the couch, just fucking glaring at him every time he talks to
Your
you.
friends are literally sending memes of the Family Guy character
Yeah.
to each other.
Sweet ass over here.
No, I can't have a lifetime of that. Like that would drive me nuts. Not his fault. Like I get it, but it's no. Whereas like the barbershop quartet guy, like he's not doing that all the time. Like he's not doing it all the time. And two, he's got a skill. He can harmonize.
Oh,
That's
no.
amazing. Like he's probably great. We would smash it at karaoke.
Girl,
We would smash
I
it.
believe that I was told he practices at the house.
Okay, but like that's once a week.
You can leave the house.
Once a
at that time.
week. Yeah, I'll go get drinks with you guys once a week.
Okay. All right.
Like,
yeah.
I
No
don't
one
have
says
to
you have
be-
to be there.
I don't
And
have
to
to be
be
at home.
fair, of all of our husbands, your husband's the most
no, I
likely
know
to be in a quartet.
he likes acapella. Like,
No.
yeah, no, he does. He listens to it voluntarily.
Oh
Wow.
God!
Yeah, no.
Oh no! I have changed feelings.
Yeah,
I have.
yeah.
I'm
So
conflicted.
I mean, you should be.
Moni.
But yeah, no, I am gonna marry him because I also don't love it. But like, what? I have got to go watch him perform once a year. Fine, he's great. He's great at harmonizing.
It's a
He's
4-hour
got a
show.
skill. No. Shut up.
Any way you want it, that's the way you need That's literally what's in my head. I have no idea. I've never seen an acapella group do that, but that's all
They've
comes into
definitely
my
done
head.
it. They've
Oh, they
definitely done it many
have.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am gonna fuck the dirty bathroom guy for all the reasons
Yeah.
aforementioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like
Yes.
he can't be bothered to
No.
clean his bathroom, but he's probably
Let's pray
really
that he
good.
can be bothered to fucking clean his dick.
I do love the fact that none of us married dirty bathroom guy
No.
to clean the bathroom.
I haven't gone
fuck
yet.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not.
You're not going to.
definitely
You're
not
the
marrying.
least likely
Yeah.
to marry
Yeah,
dirty
of the
bathroom
people,
guy.
I am
You're
the
the
least.
least
I-
likely.
You literally
It's a no.
would touch the towel and scream.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
And then leave.
yes.
Yeah.
And
No.
eat myself out of there.
Yeah. So you're gonna marry?
I am going to marry
Acapella guy?
acapella guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
listen.
mean, come on.
It's-
We know me.
Our
And
husbands
honestly,
can be part of the same
You
barbershop
would
quartet.
actually join it.
I would.
You would?
Yeah,
I would be
you
the one
would.
who'd be like in
Yes.
Oh.
there with my
You're gonna wear that
snaps.
hat and that like candy stripe vest jacket.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It would be a lot to
It
keep
could
me
be
out of that
fun.
room.
It could
Yeah.
be really fun.
I would have fun with that. Like to me, that would be a fun, quirky thing that would not make me.
as long as they were good. Now, if it
Yeah,
was a
oh,
bad,
God. Then I would be out having drinks with you guys.
yeah.
On those evenings.
You're like, I respect your passion, but
but I'm gonna respect my own
space.
passion,
Yeah,
which is to get the fuck out of this house.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And then again, you have to fuck the dirty bathroom guy.
Yeah.
He is the best at sex.
Yeah, I
in
don't
this
want to
group.
encourage any, men listening to not clean their bathrooms.
No.
Because they're saying
No.
a dirty bathroom equals...
I've also had sex with clean bathroom guys.
And it
that's
had
good.
been great.
Yes, also good in bed.
And I continue to have sex with the clean bathroom guys
yes.
because I know that I have a clean bathroom.
Yeah, dirty bathroom guy's a one night stand, or
Yes.
Right.
that booty call that you keep in your phone. That's only for one thing. I only
And
call
you're
you
like,
after 3
break
a.m.
glass.
Yes, an emergency.
Yes, that's your emergency dick.
Yes.
That's what that is.
Oh, God damn it. I know that guy. Oh, shit. I mean, not currently, but.
Yes.
Oh, God. My husband's like, excuse me.
Pardon?
In case of emergency.
Oh, man. I've been 20 something before. Wow.
Oh God.
Wow. Thank you so much for the suggestion. And please, if you are a patron or even if you're not, write in FMK suggestions. We love that kind of thing. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was fun.
Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with stories?
Sounds good.
Yes. And we're back. All right, Cass, kick us off.
Okay. So this one starts out. All right. I had a date that made me feel like I was on the show Punked. On my very first ever date with a woman, she showed up looking way different than her profile picture. So I was already a little caught off guard after seeing her. Then after exchanging greetings, she immediately blurted out, I just got my second DUI last night, so I'm going to be drinking any alcohol.
What is going on with people just out the gate?
Just
First thing.
I've been drinking too much lately. I'm going to calm her down.
Well, listen, here's the other thing. It's like you're allowed to just take a beat and get your shit together and then
date. And then go on dates.
And also, you don't have to say that to justify why you're not drinking. Just be
That's right.
I'm not drinking tonight. You really do not have to be like, I'm not drinking because I keep getting DUIs.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to do it.
Yeah.
My response, I'm basically the most awkward person ever. Okay. I don't usually drink on dates anyway. Throughout the conversation, I tried to steer the conversation elsewhere. But look, I'm with my hand gestures. I can't
Elsewhere.
wait until we are videotaped because
Yeah.
I have so many gestures when
It's coming.
I tried to steer the conversation elsewhere, but she kept on bringing up the DUIs. And every time I had no idea what to say. She just said, that sucks. I think she's sensed my unease because at one point she asked me how long I had been out and how many girls I had dated. It's funny writing this because she must have thought that my awkwardness was more linked to my being baby gay status and not about her awkward DUI references. She also kept on making sexual jokes and linking them back to her DUI.
Why and how? I'm like,
For example,
oh, well, okay.
at one point she said, I'm glad you're not drinking because then if we kissed and you transferred alcohol into my saliva, it might set this baby off. And she lifted her leg, pulled up her
Not
pants,
an ankle bracelet.
and showed her alcohol monitoring bracelet.
Ooh, honey.
Ooh, that's more than a DUI.
Also, by the way, I don't think there's enough alcohol that a makeout
There's
session
definitely
could
not. There's
what?
definitely not.
After dinner, she asked me to watch a movie with her at her place, and I declined. And said that I had some studying for law school. She was persistent, though, and said, it'll be fun, though, and I have to report to jail in a few days for stupid DUI.
Oh, no.
Okay, I need to know how many DUIs did you have that you are in this position?
Hey, if it's Utah and some of our long-term listeners know that I flew to Salt Lake City
to spend the
only to
weekend.
find out.
the weekend.
Only to find out, by the way, you did not know before you went.
That he had. Oh, I knew.
Yeah,
We
But you
talked
didn't know he
about
could
it.
leave his house.
Oh, no. Yeah, I
Yeah,
knew.
she knew. Yeah, she knew.
Yeah.
Look, you did a TikTok recently
Yeah.
where you were like, I got 2 friends.
It's true.
And everyone should have 2 friends. Like, you got to have the one friend that's like, follow your heart.
It was
Chase
me.
your dreams.
It was me.
Go out, do the running through the airport.
Yeah.
And then you have to have the other friend who's just like, that man ain't shit. Do not get on that plane to go to
Don't fly
Utah.
to Salt Lake City
Wow.
to sit in an apartment
like,
with
bitch,
somebody with 2 DUIs.
I was like, I don't care how hot this man is.
I sure did.
You're like,
I'm
it
sorry.
could be true love.
I'm like, you never know. It could be worth it.
So listen, no judgment. Listen, we all make mistakes.
No. I'm sorry.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Everybody has bad days.
Everybody has bad days and skeletons in their closet. Okay, so no judgment on the messy date, but
okay, but you don't have to keep bringing it up though, like continuing to bring it up, because I feel like the guy who you went to Utah to see, it was almost the opposite, where it's like he didn't bring it up enough because it took a minute of talking to him before he was like, by the way,
dubs. Yeah,
this person is bringing it up way too much. Like we got it.
Yeah, but at any point she does say, yeah, that didn't exactly convince me to go home with her. So
yeah, no,
good call. She did not go to.
Wow.
Wow.
I want to make a public apology to Christina for convincing you.
Hey, you know what?
No.
Like I said, I do think that you need a little bit of the
You need
balance.
a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You do. You can't
He paid for it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
See, that's probably where I was. I was like, well, he's paying for it.
Yeah,
Hell
you
yeah.
can't have all me's and you can't have all Cassies. You
No,
gotta have
you can't.
You gotta have a little bit of mix of both, because I'll have you not dating anybody. I'm just like, nah, they're never good enough.
True.
You're like that mother who like, no,
Stay away from my baby.
No one will ever be good enough. I'm gonna like try them all. Any of them could be great.
Oh, it's so funny. Okay. This one starts. Ever been catfished? I have.
Oh.
I matched with a guy on an online dating site. He was in the Naval Academy, or so he said. Naval Academy is another one. You're like, yeah, military, right? And in his pictures, he looked like he was buff and extremely handsome. He asked me out on a date after a week of texting and a few phone calls. So that's a while. Like, I feel like dating app time, a week of actual phone calls. And
also, in regards to scams and stuff like that, this is the other thing that I told my mom, is that like, if they're hesitant to meet up, they're hiding something, you know, like after a week of like texting and stuff like that, if he's initiating like meeting up, then maybe it's not a catfish.
It's a good sign. I said yes, and we set the date for the next day in the town where I live at 3 p.m. The next day at 2:30, I get a text saying he can't make it to the town I live in. Can I meet him halfway in a town that's 30 minutes away? I thought that was fair. Listen, I do think that's fair.
Yeah.
However, I think waiting until half an hour before the date to bring that up is a little like, I thought that was fair. So I drove to the town he wanted to meet in, and we met in the parking lot of a Safeway. And
Romantic.
it's the beginning of a true love story. Parking lot of a Safeway.
I love it when shows go there. You know,
Yeah.
real romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And had plans to take the same car to the restaurant 10 minutes away. He got there late and stepped out of the car and looked about 40 pounds lighter than his picture and very pale, like he hadn't seen the sun in 10 years. I was disappointed, but I remembered the good conversations we had had for the past week, so I decided to give the date a shot and try to get to know him. I drove us to the restaurant, Chevy's, and tried to make small talk, and he didn't really say much and kept staring at my boobs.
Oh, okay.
Boobs.
Boobs.
Boobies.
Or that's one thing I don't ever have to worry about. I'm like, there's not enough there for you to be distracted. Look. Or talking about his terrible haircut. Don't draw attention to it. I can see it. It's fine.
I saw that a mile away, actually.
Actually.
I saw you driving.
First thing I noticed about you. The waiter came and took our orders. I ordered a fajita platter and told the waiter I didn't want guacamole. Could I get some extra corn stuff they have instead? My date interrupted in the middle of my order to tell the waiter that we would be having the guacamole on the side. I said, no, I don't want it. I want the extra corn stuff. He looked at the waiter and said, no, put the guacamole on the side.
No.
It will save me some money.
No, sir.
The waiter made eye contact and gave me an I'm sorry look.
No, you're not sorry. You're going to fucking
Do
make
what
my
I
order
want.
the way that I fucking
Right.
want it. What the fuck?
I know.
are you
That's what I
talking
thought too.
about?
I was like, that's
Also, get both. Why
Yeah.
are we arguing? Yes, have your
'cause he doesn't
guacamole
wanna
on the
spend
side.
He doesn't want to
Get your own goddamn guacamole.
What is it?
Fuck
Like
outta here.
50 cents? $1 for a side of corn stuff at Chevy's?
Yeah, right.
Honestly.
Exactly. So she ordered fajitas. Then my lovely date ordered one taco,
Oh my fucking
which I have
God.
to say has to be
Oh man.
so uncomfortable. When you order like a lot, it's like being overdressed or underdressed.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of embarrassment when you
Yeah.
order a lot and they order like a side of fries.
Yeah, and
You're
it's like,
"Ugh."
listen, like, if he's gonna be like chivalrous and pay or what have you, and he's a little tight on the fundage, perhaps don't go to a restaurant like this. Say, let's go for a picnic.
Picnic, where you pack it
Yes.
yourself and you
Yes.
can control. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
I tried-
Don't eat that picnic food. You don't know.
You can't eat at everybody's house.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Have you seen those TikToks? You can't eat
at everybody's house.
Mm-mm.
I tried to make more small talk and found out that the pictures he had online were of his brother and that he wasn't actually in the Naval Academy. He was working in a boatyard. Okay. The food came and I just,
Wow.
I mean, this is old school, my worst date, but like, how do you think that's going to end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this works out, eventually I'm going to meet your brother.
Yeah.
Weird.
The one I swiped on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Which
one I
is
thought I was
also
talking to for a
weird.
week. Yes.
Ugh.
The food came and I had the most massive plate of food and he had a taco that was the size of a small corn tortilla. Interesting. He started eating it and was somehow managing to smear all the guacamole
What?
that was in the taco all in his facial hair and all over his cheek.
Oh.
Guacamole in a beard. Like they're talking to you and you're
What
just,
is fucking happening?
you're just
right
looking
now?
at their chin like,
I would literally be like, "Where am I?"
what's happening?
Your one taco.
With all the guacamole, just smeared the guacamole, all of it,
But it's-
on one taco,
Oy
and it's
vey.
all over your face.
Oh.
He's a 10, but he doesn't know how to eat a taco.
Oh my God.
3.
any taco, metaphor. Like,
Oh, I think that is exactly what we're
you
So
the
yeah.
conclusion that
you
I've
watch
come
him
to.
eat that taco, you
You're
know
like,
he's
"No,
not going to
thank
be
you."
able to eat any tacos.
Yep.
None.
Floppy. When the bill finally came, I waited to
or
see.
can.
Oh no, I don't want to think about it.
Messy.
We're gross. When the bill finally came, I waited to see if he would pay since he invited me out. He looked at the bill and said, "Well, I guess if I don't pay, you won't want to see me again."
Oh, sir. Oh.
Ouch.
I said, "You invited me, but I can pay for my food if you like." He said, "I'll buy your dinner if you give me a hug."
No.
No,
that
I'm gonna go ahead and get my own.
It's so creepy.
I'm gonna get my own. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Really? You're bargaining for a hug? I told him that's weird to try and negotiate for a hug. The car ride back was awkward as hell. Lesson learned, I will never ride in a car with a stranger for a first date.
Yep.
If I had driven only myself, I would have walked out. Oh, and when he asked me how the date went, I said it was awkward and I got more of a friend vibe from him. He told me he wouldn't be seeing me again and was tired of girls rejecting him.
Okay.
Maybe try being honest and having a real picture of yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Not trying to like be your brother too, not even a stranger.
Creepy. I have
That's
to say
weird.
it's really creepy. If I found out, I mean, I have all brothers, but if I found out one of my siblings was using my picture to catfish people online,
Ew.
It's like one of the earlier Tainted Loves you did of the tall hot blonde
Uh-huh.
story
Oh my God,
or whatever,
totally.
where that mom was using her daughter's pics to
Woof.
catfish guys.
yeah, I mean, and then like that was the original
Jess.
catfish story too. Like the movie, the documentary Catfish.
Right.
It was a mom using her daughter's photos,
That's
and then
terrible.
yeah, oh yeah. So I mean, it's happened with parents. It's even fucking
Creepier.
That's
worse.
really sad, creepy, scary.
Yeah.
All the
I think
things.
Tall Hot Blonde was actually her dad was using her pictures. One of those was a dad. I don't remember
No,
which
Tall
one.
Hot Blonde was mom for sure.
Yeah.
There was one I did where it was a dad and it
Ugh.
was real messed up. Yeah.
Yikes.
So happens more
Thanks,
than
I
you
hate
think.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I've got one that I think you guys like. It says, buckle up, kids. Just ended a 12-year relationship and was on Tinder trying to get back in the game. Someone started talking to me and we were hitting it off, so decided to meet up at a restaurant. This is just before the first lockdown like only a few days before, so the threat of COVID was looming above us.
Oh, do you remember those days?
Just
What
a few weeks in.
Yeah, 2 weeks. That's all we have to do, and then it'll be over, right?
It's going to be fine.
Yeah,
Everything's gonna be fine.
it's fine. Anyway, I get there. It's a nice enough Italian restaurant with a big window out front. I get a seat facing the window so I can see her arrive. She turns up, pushing a pram, and just abandons it outside before walking in.
Hey,
What in the call the midwife is happening?
You can't do that.
No.
What's it? Okay, because this can only go a number of ways. All of them bad. Either there's a baby in that stroller, very bad, or there's like a doll in that stroller, which is also very creepy.
I think that's worse.
I don't know what's worse, actually.
Or there's an animal in that stroller, which is also bad. Like all of these are bad.
I didn't know she had a kid.
No.
That she left outside?
But that didn't really matter. She walked over and said hello and hugged me. And I told her she can bring the kid in if she wants. She told me that he needed some outdoor time.
No.
Fucking
No. I'm sorry. CPS? Like what?
He needs some outdoor time.
He's looking a little pale. He needs some sun.
What is happening?
Gotta
This
get
is
some
like
vitamin D.
This is literally like this. I saw episodes of Call the Midwife when they would just leave their baby strollers outside and they just go inside. And I'm like, what is happening? And that was like in the 60s?
The 50s, yeah.
60s?
Like
This is the year of our Lord 2020. This is happening. So
my God.
I'm stunned.
I don't have kids, so I just let it slide.
No.
But this pram was on a busy street unattended, so I was watching it like a hawk.
Yeah.
No baby is going to be snatched on my first date with its mom.
Oh my God.
I feel
I
like
have a fucking gagillion questions.
I really feel like, look, I know he's been out of the dating game for a while. It's been 12 years. I get it. Maybe he feels a little out of touch. However,
Sir.
I feel like basic instincts are don't leave an infant alone on the sidewalk.
And on a busy
street. The fuck is wrong with you?
I feel like you can trust your instincts there, sir. I really do. Like
that kid is getting kidnapped.
Honestly,
Snatched.
it's future milk carton right
yoinked.
there.
Yeah.
Date's going well ever so.
Is it?
Every so often, I ask if the kid could come in yet, but she, without looking, said he's fine. This was stressing me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
It's a
because
doll,
I'm
isn't it?
not
Is it
a
a doll?
dad, but I was so
Oh my God,
worried
please be a
something
doll.
was going to happen to the kid.
Please be a doll.
Out of nowhere, the mom starts stroking my inner thigh with her foot.
No.
I was very uncomfortable, but my first foray into the dating world
honey,
after
no.
a decade,
No.
maybe
Baby.
things have changed.
No, sweetheart.
You see that stroller right there, and
My love.
my brain can't allow.
And he's the one. They're at a restaurant with this huge front window. He's facing out. So she's
the mom
like,
isn't
she's
even
like,
seated in a place where she can watch.
and yeah. So
Like
he's
she wants
watching
that baby
people.
to get yoinked for real. Like she wants that
He
baby
needs
to
some
get
outdoor
snatched.
time. That's the
Why?
wildest thing I've ever heard
No.
in my life.
Then can we go to a cafe where we can sit outside?
Yes.
That's a weird thing
Honestly.
to do.
She pretty much told me to meet her in the bathroom and walked off.
No, we can't.
It's been a while. I'm
No.
a bit
No.
rusty.
No. Sir.
Super nervous.
Sir,
So I get up to follow
sir, ma'am.
and then I notice this pretty rough looking bloke pick up the baby.
Stop it. No.
Like in his eyes, a kidnapping. So I charge to the front and ask him what the fuck he's doing. What is happening?
I'm crying. This is horrible. It's so uncomfortable.
He said it was his son, and why the fuck did I care? The woman came out then, and they have this massive row on the street about how she's a slag and how he's greedy or some such. I just paid the bill and made my excuses.
There was a baby on the street for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Longer. They had to have been longer.
And he was about to follow this bitch into a bathroom.
While the baby's just like,
My guy,
baby is babying outside.
I don't want to judge.
And some dude just walks up and is like, that's my baby.
What?
Look,
hell?
sir, listen, I think quarantine was probably the best thing that could have happened to you. You needed
Honey.
a minute to evaluate yourself. You got to learn to
Honey.
trust your instincts if you're going to be out in these streets dating people.
That's right.
Why? You're about to go fuck this woman in a cafe bathroom when her baby
Is on the
Just chilling,
streets.
having outdoors.
No, outdoor time is not a thing. My
Yeah,
man.
Cassie, is that true? You were the resident
My
mother of the group.
my son, born in 1997, would not have been in a pram out in the streets.
Yeah. It's just
20 some years ago.
Why wouldn't you bring the baby inside?
It's so weird.
It's
can't
so
understand.
so
weird.
weird.
People do bring babies in strollers
also,
into restaurants.
warn the person you're going on a
Outside
date
time.
with that you're bringing a baby. That's also something that you shouldn't show up with a surprise baby on a date.
Outside time. He needs outside time. He doesn't. Babies don't
Also,
need that.
the dad, I have questions. Was he
Yeah.
just walking by?
Yeah.
I wonder if the dad was
was like,
supposed to
drove
babysit.
by and was like, what the fuck
I
is
wonder.
my kid doing out in the street?
This is what I think. The
Okay.
dad was supposed to. The dad and the mom are not together anymore.
Clearly.
the
Yeah.
dad was supposed to watch the baby, and so she could go on this date. And he was late or whatever, and so she's like, "I'm just gonna take this fucking baby, and we're gonna be at Chicholo's or whatever."
What?
I don't know. I couldn't think of an Italian word in time. And if you want the baby, I'll park it in front of Chicholo's.
If
and
you
you can
want
come
the
get this baby.
Oh my.
It's rough.
Some people
God.
shouldn't be parents.
I will tell
well.
you that if that happened, it's called cancel the date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it sounds like this guy would have been kind of okay if she had brought the baby inside with her
right.
on the date. Like, let him know, like, hey, you know, my baby daddy is not showing up. I'd still like to meet you. Can I bring my kid with me? Just so you know. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a bad look to just have street baby.
street baby.
it.
Just a loose street baby. Sidewalk baby.
Never have loose street baby.
Sidewalk baby.
Never have loose street baby.
I hate it. It's so bad.
I was waiting for you to be like, it was
it's
a
doll.
doll.
Yeah.
It's a dog.
No.
Anything.
Oh, it was the worst. It was a human tiny
Child.
person just having outdoors time.
Wow.
Okay, though. Hold on. I
I'm
know
gonna-
we're really fixated on this, but like you
How
work
do you not be?
you work at that restaurant. If you work at that restaurant, are you not like 9-1 fucking 1
or 9 Thank you.
There you go. No, yeah, 2020 is not, we don't do sidewalk babies anymore.
No. We have not done sidewalk babies.
I mean, it was
nigh over a
questionable.
decade,
It
I
was
think.
questionable when it was done.
Yeah.
I mean, I really feel like
What they would stop doing that shit in the 80s, right?
80s? Were you ever a sidewalk baby?
I don't know. I might have been.
You might have been, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of outdoor time.
I was
when a kid.
adopted. I was adopted. I'm pretty sure that qualifies me as a sidewalk baby.
Oh no!
Oh, I
On
joke.
That note, we'll take 5 and we'll come back with the Tainted Love.
Yeah.
And we're back. Hi. I'm
Hi.
going to tell you a little story.
Please.
So to be fair to the listeners, I just kind of want to give you like a little heads up. We're recording this like 2 at a time right now
Doubled
because
up.
we have a busy July, so sometimes we do this to double up. I did not know initially before I'd started my Tainted Love that Keegan was going to do a trip down the old timey time wave.
I feel like when life gets hard,
Yeah.
it feels better
Yeah.
to do one of these like older, more historical ones. It just feels like less like dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're more removed from
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So my search started as classic scandals, classic love scandals.
it.
You
I
know,
love it.
like it was my Google search.
You know, whenever I'm like, I want an old timey one, but I don't have one in mind already, I go to Murder by Gaslight.
Oh,
and I just like
yeah.
go in that search engine.
Yeah,
It's like love, scandal.
I wanted scandal, but I wasn't necessarily looking for murder.
Oh, true. Mm-hmm.
So I think that my mind was like scandalous love affairs.
Scandalous affairs. I love it.
Yeah. So
Tell me.
I am going to tell you. First of all, I'm going to take you back in time. We are at the Age of Enlightenment, or as most people call it, the Enlightenment, which was an intellectual and philosophical movement that, according to Wikipedia, told me all this, that dominated Europe in the 17th and 18th century. It included a range of ideas centered around the value of human happiness, which really stemmed in the Renaissance, and then also the pursuit of knowledge. This is like a thinker's time, right? It was a real, reasons for being, liberty, progress, toleration, fraternity, constitutional government, separation of church and state. So this was like...
Must be nice.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's the Age of Enlightenment. We are not in that anymore.
No.
I wonder what this time period will be called. Oh, okay.
Well, this is around 1637. This is when the publication of Descartes' Discourse on the Method had come out, which is famous "I think, therefore I am" times, right? And also this is the beginning of this, was like when Isaac Newton came out with his Principia Mathematica. So this is like a real, again, just movement of minds.
It's a big brain energy.
Yes,
time.
big brain energy time. And we are in France. En France. And I'm going to tell you about Émilie du Châtelet.
Ooh, okay.
And she was born in December 17th of 1706. Her father was Louis Nicholas and an official in the King Louis the 14th court. So this is the Sun King, King Louis.
Yeah. I love the name Amelie also.
Yeah.
It's so pretty.
It's not Amelie, it's Emily. So it's an E-M.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
not an A-M. Sorry. They're part of the French society. They're part of they're close to the king. They're close to the royal court. They are entertaining on a regular basis in their home. And among these people that they entertain are philosophers and mathematicians. Imagine growing up in this house, right?
Yeah.
And, so people even like the author Bernard Le Bouvier de Fontenelle, who is very famous. He is a famous author. He is invited by her father when she's 10 years old to speak to Emily about astronomy. Imagine growing up in this big thinking household.
Yeah, I mean, very cool, especially for a woman to be, or a young girl to be in a house that's like
exposes them to that.
And encouraging her. It sounds like to like think and have big questions, and that's cool.
Well, and the exciting thing is that that's the case. Like her father is very sees her passion, sees her genius, she's so smart, wants to learn, and really fosters it. Now there's been some tell that maybe the mother wasn't super inclined or excited about it, but no matter what the case, she was a well-educated woman, very well-educated, so much so that according to the David Bodeni book, Passionate Minds, A Great Love Affair of Enlightenment, her education was not only not common for girls her age, but at this time, at 12 years old, she was already fluent in Latin, Italian, Greek, and German.
Wow.
Wow, that is just amazing. 12 years old, and you can literally speak 5 languages.
Yeah, I feel like that's also a rich privilege.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? That's nobility privilege right there.
Yeah.
all those peasants in the Enlightenment were they were too busy to be learning fucking Latin.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that there's still nobility, this is all pre-revolution.
It's pre-revolution. Yeah. So they got time. They got leisure time to be learning this shit.
Yeah.
All the other kids have outdoors time.
Yeah, they got outside time. They're out there husking corn or whatever the fuck they didn't have corn in France at that time. But you know what I'm saying.
It was these skills, though, in mathematics that brought her money, because it's those mathematics skills in which she gained. Okay, to kind of explain this. Yes, she came from nobility. Yes, they had some money. Yes, they entertained really bright thinkers and smart people, but they weren't necessarily uber rich or uber wealthy, but they weren't bad off either.
And then she's like, let me talk to you about crypto.
Yeah.
Oh no.
No, but her mathematics skills engaged this part of her brain that made her really good at gambling.
Oh,
so she was able to like kind of, count cards and shit, basically. She's like a math genius. And with the money that she was making on gambling, she was buying books and she was buying scientific equipment.
How mad were the men she played at cards? Like, she's just killing it.
Absolutely furious.
Just beating them time and again.
You love to see it.
They were pissed.
It's on June 12th of 1725, though, that she ends up marrying the Marquis Florent Claude du Châtelet Lemont.
That's a long
in
name.
an arranged marriage. Listen, it's just like, I'm like, am I really
That's
going to do this?
Yeah.
It's a lot. Arranged marriage to the then 34-year-old. She was only 18, making her the Marquise du Châtelet. Now, this was an arranged marriage, and she, no matter how brilliant your mind is, you can't gamble for the rest of your life and just make money. So her parents did need to secure her future in a marriage, and which they did. And from, everything that they say, there's not really much about the Marquis that makes him exciting. He seems to be, though, a fine person, but not necessarily exciting. He's just
fine.
He's fine.
He's fine.
How's he
He's
doing?
not bad.
He's fine.
He's not bad. He doesn't seem to be a bad guy or treat her poorly.
Yeah, to be honest, that seems like a win in this time period.
Yes.
It's like if you're getting married off at 18 to somebody who's in their 30s and he's nice to you, it's like,
he's just not nice to you. He's just not anything.
I mean,
he's
that's
fine.
Yeah,
that's actually,
it
I
feels
would
pretty
put
good.
it in
Yeah,
the
I mean, because
column.
we've told so many stories like this where they're like, and he was terrible.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well,
that tracks.
was
the reason
fine.
why there was like a poisoner's network
Yeah.
around that
Right.
time in Italy.
Yeah.
It was
I gotta get rid of my piece of shit husband. He's so mean to me.
This is not that way, though. Thank
That's good.
goodness.
Yeah.
The Marquis, though, again, he's a military man. And after having 3 children together, they had become he'd become like increasingly absent. After her 3rd child was born, they had kind of come to an agreement like, hey, I feel like she's like, I feel like I kind of did my job. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I gave you 3 lovely children that I am not expected to raise because of our Marquis and Marquise title.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we could just be fine at, I don't know, we could live together, but not like be together.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, how big's their house? They probably never even really have to see each other.
Truly.
And he's like a military guy, so he's like, I gotta go do a thing.
Gotta go
and
do
offer-
military stuff.
I gotta go do a war now.
Yeah.
So
gotta go.
See ya.
Things. The couple did come to this arrangement, though. They were going to live separate lives, and at that time, she actually kind of re-entered society. This is like at 1733. She's 26 at this age, and this is the time when she met Voltaire.
Oh, taking a turn.
and she's all educated and stuff. And
he's like, tell me more.
lovely and smart.
Yeah.
Born Francois Marie Arouet. In 1694, the youngest of 5 children to a lawyer and a low-ranking noble mother, Voltaire was a bit of a bad boy.
Oh, of course he was.
Yeah, he was.
Mm.
He was always known that from an early childhood that he wanted to be a writer. He would lie to his father about having jobs while he would sneak off to write poetry.
Okay, listen. This guy would have got me. He would have got me good. Like in my early 20s, I would have gone for Voltaire. Like
imagine
a bad boy who sneaks off to write poetry.
The fact that that's a bad boy.
I know. I love
It's
it.
just-
It's my type of bad boy.
It really is.
You're a bad boy, but also I'm not going to get in too much trouble. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to get arrested.
Yeah. Yeah, so he sneaks off to write poetry. He's very witty. He's known for his wit and his critiques of the government. And his critiques of the French government is some of the things that got him in trouble quite a bit.
Right.
And one of the things that he wrote, he actually called the regent, like basically, and it was like a satire, but he said that the regent was basically having relations with his own daughter, which got him locked up. in the Bastille.
I take it back.
Yeah.
About getting arrested. Just kidding.
So yeah, no, he is a bad boy poet.
Yeah, still would have liked him. Would have written him letters in jail.
You would have.
Yeah.
He even was sent on a temporary exile to England. They were like, get the fuck out of France. For just like 6 months or so.
Yeah,
Right?
you
Like,
come back
but then
later.
you come back later. But learn your lesson, sir.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to England.
Well, you think about all the comedians that like joked about Donald Trump and Ivanka. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, right?
Yeah. I mean, literally, it's so, whenever we do these historical cases, it's like, you really,
Time's a flat circle.
because you say that it happens in the 1600s, it happens in the 1600s, but really, like,
Could be now.
Could be now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily, I don't think anybody got arrested for making jokes about
Yeah.
No, thank
Trump
God.
and Ivanka. But
Not yet.
Yeah.
oh, well, that's cool. I feel real good.
I hate everything. So he ended up meeting, like I said, so Voltaire and Émilie end up meeting. It doesn't explain exactly where, or I didn't see, maybe I missed it, but my notes are.
Yeah, could have met anywhere. you know.
I mean,
Seems like they ran in similar circles. Yeah.
There was times though that Émilie, she had been paying, like spending all her money on learning, right? So when she was able to kind of get this like a bit of freedom away from her husband and whatever, like she was like, I am going to hire math tutors. I'm going to hire more math tutors. And I'm going to go to this club where my math tutor, just kidding, I'm a woman.
She loves math.
She hired somebody to make her men's clothing so that she could sneak into these men's clubs so that
That's
she could.
fucking awesome.
It's fascinating.
It's amazing. I cannot imagine liking math that much, but that's incredible.
She's just so smart.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's
She's
just the way
incredibly
her brain
smart.
is. Mhm.
And that's kind of the thing too. Like when she met Voltaire, he is, kind of a wizard with words. He's very smart as well. He's an incredibly smart guy. And he honestly does not match her intelligence. So much so that he really, their relationship was almost muse, based, right? Like
okay.
she was very much his muse. She would explain mathematical things that he didn't understand.
I will tell you, I don't even like math, but somebody who can like talk to you about stuff like that and like explain it in a way and they know what they're talking about. It's a hot trait.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw a thing the other day where like this older, like in his late 50s gentleman was, he's a math teacher and he was asking, he's like, I think the kids are making fun of me because they keep calling me the goat. I thought that they really liked me.
Oh
but
my God. That's so cute. Oh my God. He's so cute.
I love him.
And then he finally like learned that they've been calling him greatest of all time. And I was like, oh
my God.
baby.
Little old man math teacher and his students call him the goat. And he thought they were making fun of him.
I love
the
him.
number of nights he went home and was just sad.
Like,
he was just like,
I thought I was doing a good job. I thought they liked me.
I love him.
She is, again, so passionate about her studies. Theirs is a true meeting of the minds. Both of them incredibly intelligent.
Almost
Émilie
too
du
intelligent. I'm a little
Châtelet.
scared of that pairing.
Oh, I know, right? Émilie du Châtelet would become a muse to Voltaire, like I said. More than that, though, she was, kind of a teacher in her own right. She would teach him in complex theories, explain these things to him. She was also, her life's work or her life's mission was to translate Newton's Principia Mathematica to French. And very exciting. It is the standard and what is used currently even today as the translation for that in French.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine going to dinner with these two. My
be
brain
hard.
would hurt.
Yeah.
Well,
I would drink so much wine just to cope with like being at that table.
Oh, man.
I'm like, I can contribute nothing.
You're like, you guys are so smart.
You guys are so
I'm
smart.
going to drink wine. She created her own works as well, though. She created Institutions de Physique, which is a physics textbook, which includes some of her own ideas and theories, even. It's just, wow.
Well, imagine what would happen if we empowered the other half of our population and let them do what they're good at.
Oh, my God. Wow.
No.
Wow. Come on.
Come on.
Wait, just saying.
Be realistic.
Wait, kind of what topsy-turvy world are you trying to make here,
Jesus.
Christina?
No.
Well, their affair quickly became the gossip du jour, but du Châtelet didn't care and made a point to kiss him passionately in public. And so she just was like, I don't care. I'm going to give him something
She's
to
like,
talk
my
about.
husband knows.
Yeah, she's like, you tell my husband on
You have
me.
a problem
Yeah,
with
good
this?
luck. Yeah,
Okay.
who cares? Voltaire, though, has a little bit more to be concerned about because he's also like trying to make a name for himself.
She's all
and
kissing up on him in public. He's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
He's like,
take it easy.
We're going to have to like bring that down a level. He was more than a philosopher and thinker as well, though. He made his money mostly in writing poetry, writing plays, and novels. And he was quite well off. He was renowned worldwide. So this is somebody who is literally famous at the time it's happening. So this is somebody who's like well known. Du Châtelet was spending, like I said, all of her money on math teachers. But her and her husband did have a chateau and a country home. You know, again,
Yeah.
Money for
Fun money. You got a lot of fun money. You got chateau money.
that chateau money.
Yeah. Yeah.
In Syria, and they it was kind of in disrepair, but Voltaire is very very wealthy for the time, and he contributes to fixing this place up. So I'm sure the husband was like,
Cool.
yeah. I mean, if you
I'll
fix
take
it up,
Voltaire's money.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they are more than happy to run away to the country. Voltaire is more than happy to do so because he's, with his lover. And not only is he escaping the gossip, but he's also getting away from Paris, where he was increasingly under scrutiny for his writings against France. So this is also, again, so we are leading up to the French Revolution. This guy is putting the words out there.
Yeah.
He believes in a government that is, has
Not a
freedom,
monarchy.
has freedom of religion,
Yeah.
has freedom of church and state. Like there's a separation. He very much spoke to all of these things. So this was like very, very ahead of his time. And he was speaking out against this kind of harsh, strict, disengagement between the wealth and the poor
Yeah.
that was happening in the time.
Oh, love to see it. I really do. It's just like, he's just pointing out like, y'all think you guys think this is weird? Like you guys have no money and they live in a gold-plated castle? No?
No,
Okay.
yeah, we're cool with that.
All
Okay,
right.
cool. So passionate was their love affair that visitors would even write about them dismissing themselves to the chambers during their visits for long periods of time.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean,
Wow.
You got friends over and you're
I
like,
cannot imagine if I was over at one of your all's houses and you were like, we'll be back. We'll be back. And then you're gone for like an hour and a half. We're like, what
no,
are they doing?
they can't be.
should we
Did they fall asleep?
go?
Should we go?
Their passionate affairs started to become passionate fights, which became wandering eyes. Voltaire found respite in the arms of his niece.
Whoa.
Didn't expect
That
that.
took a turn.
It did.
I don't like that.
You don't like that. Unfortunately, at the time, was not necessarily uncommon. There was a series of things that led them together.
I feel like it's late for that to be happening. The 1600s, like you're
Apparently, you could even petition the court to marry.
Girl,
A niece?
yeah.
like a cousin.
In,
I'm
like,
like,
the
yes, of course, but
1800s.
but a niece.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
1800s even.
Yeah.
It ain't great.
Oh,
You don't love to see that.
Ooh.
I was very much like, this is
Oh.
disgusting. Of course, though, again, and like I said, at the time, that was fairly common, especially cousins for sure.
Yeah,
I don't know about
Cousins
nieces
for
and
sure.
aunts
Nieces and
or
uncles is like
yeah.
that feels like some like ancient times. That's so. Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. And for her part, du Châtelet did find herself a new lover as well. 10 years her junior, Jean-François de Saint-Lambert. Imagine, she is like in her 40s.
Good for her.
Smart as a whip. And she's like, oh, this guy 10 years younger than me? Yeah, we're going to definitely,
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and do that. At the time, they were still living together in this,
Chateau.
yeah, no, the country house, and but I think at this point it was more of a
The roommates.
roommate
situation.
situation. Exactly. I think that there was still a bit of a love between them, but they were not together. And I think that Voltaire was a little like upset about it. I think there were some writings that involved him being upset about it, but it did, their relationship for all intents and purposes had kind of fallen apart. It was this mad love affair, though, that du Châtelet found herself pregnant again at the age of 42.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know what I said she was earlier.
You said
No,
40s.
40.
Yeah.
She's 42 at the time. She finds herself pregnant. But she was rejected by him and his disinterest in fatherhood. He's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm out.
It's a bad time for me to hearing this story.
Don't love that.
Hate that.
She is so funny enough. It's when during this time though, because she's 42 and pregnant, she's like, odds are not ever in my favor.
Yeah.
And she's like, this could be my last pregnancy and this could be my very end of my life.
Right.
And she was like madly, it was those 9 months where she madly sprinted to the finish of putting together the translation of Newton's Principia. And that was something that, again, it was her life's work. This is what she wanted to complete. And it was like she was on a mad dash to do so. There was a story about Voltaire, who did stay by her side during this entire pregnancy. Oh. And it was recorded that he was kind of helping her to finish this work. And one of the stories, there was a story about them riding to Paris to get some books. And on the way, like a wagon wheel broke and they had to stay out until they were rescued. But like he was with her during this end journey to help her finish her kind of
Life's work,
yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm. That's so scary and sad that they're like, we better finish this really quickly because I could die.
Yeah, you have a high-risk pregnancy. It is good that she did, though, because thankfully she did finish it, because just 4 days after giving birth, she did die of complications due to childbirth. Yeah. Voltaire was reportedly devastated, and though he did have his niece as a companion until his death, he never did marry. And du Châtelet was the great love of his life.
What happened to the kid?
Oh, you're not going to love this. She died at 2 years old.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Cassie.
It's not a time to have children. It's
not at 42.
Well, no, I'm just saying, I'm
enough.
saying the 1600s ain't a good time to have children.
Well, yeah,
It's
in
really-
the 1600s being 42. Yeah, it's like...
I mean, it was risky period back then. I mean, it's risky now. Childbirth is a scary thing.
Who that story reminded me of was it Hedy Lamarr?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Genius.
She's like an absolute genius and like so beautiful and like.
And no one ever talks about how fucking brilliant she was.
Yeah, she basically like invented Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Yeah. Math
So-
genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, Cassie.
That's an interesting story, right?
It was very
It's
interesting.
sad.
It was so sad. I wasn't ready.
I know.
For it to be so sad. But very interesting. I had no idea
Yeah.
about that. Wow.
I just really was of course, like I said, I Googled scandalous love affairs, and the fact that theirs came up was kind of funny because yes, it was scandalous. Yes, she was married, but it seemed very much like
it seems like an agreed upon, like everybody, all parties involved were very like, yeah, we're chill. This is fine.
Yeah.
We're chill with all this.
Yeah.
Much as I know about the time, affairs were pretty common.
Yeah.
And the only etiquette in French society was that like
you didn't flaunt it.
Yeah, don't be out in public. I mean, that was the issue, is that she was like tongue kissing him on the street. Yeah,
She was like,
yeah. The most scandalous thing about that story is the niece. I'm like, I don't like that at all.
I don't like that at all either. I will tell you this. I did read, I had tons of resources. One of the resources had said that the Marquis, when he found out she was pregnant, also returned or also came to the country house because it was scandalous for her to be pregnant and still married.
Right. Yeah.
So he also
and living with another lover, I'm sure. Like
Yeah.
that would be a lot.
So he did also come to the country house to kind of like legitimize
Right.
the childbearing. And and I do believe that he's the one who probably took the child for whatever period of time, because technically it would have been his child.
I gotta say,
it was a du Châtelet.
I think the Marquis was a little more than fine.
Yeah.
I think that he was he's pretty
stand up.
Yeah, he's
up.
He's a step up from fine.
Yeah.
I feel like he was because that's pretty supportive. Not just to be like, okay, we're gonna live our separate lives, but to be like, oh, you're having a baby. It's not my baby, but I'm still going to like
I
come
still probably
support.
should come out there so it doesn't look like a scandal.
Yeah.
Well, and not only that, but it's just like I don't think that every person, even to avoid a scandal, would take the baby.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of other things that you could do. You could like,
Yeah.
smuggle
Literally
the
so
baby
many
away
things you could do,
somewhere,
yeah.
and you didn't.
And also they're in a country house. I mean, she could have probably carried a baby to term and not
really
ever,
anybody know.
Nobody know.
Yeah.
Kind of
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
But I think because she was on this mission to finish her work, she was going into the
Back and
city.
forth
She
to
was going to
Paris.
Paris. She did need to be kind of in places where she needed to get like things to help her finish her work.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
That she was just like, well, got pregnant. This is probably a death sentence. So better wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like that's devastating.
I mean, it is. Yeah.
Cool.
I know. Sorry.
No, it's
Speaking
okay.
of devastating, I have got to talk about, and I can't believe I've sat on this for a while. I think I've mentioned it a little bit to you, Keegan, but the show The Deep End on Hulu.
Ooh, I
about
started it.
Teal Swan.
Oh, yes.
I watched the first 2 episodes. That show,
Ooh-wee.
What the
that
fuck?
woman,
Yeah.
and if you Google her, which I did,
Yeah.
I don't know what her team did because they buried like all of the bad shit. Like it doesn't come up in like the first 3 pages of Google that this woman is like a cult leader and
Right.
out of her fucking mind.
She is
And coaching people how to kill themselves.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely she is. My mouth was on the floor within the first 2 minutes and it didn't stop. And I did find some stuff like that goes beyond what is in the documentary. And I'm just stunned.
Floored.
I'm stunned, appalled, floored, all of the things. It goes by so fast. If you
She's-
haven't finished it yet.
She's actually terrifying. Like she's very scary.
Yes.
So I haven't finished it. I watched the first 2 episodes and then I was like, because I watched them in the same night, and then I was like, I feel like that was a lot.
Yeah.
And I need to step away
Right.
for a second, because I was texting you both about that because I was just like, this woman. Every time I watch a documentary like this, I'm reminded of how much I could never be a cult leader.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm like, the confidence
Yeah.
you have to have, the ego you have to have
Yeah.
to believe that like you are worthy of these people following you and really believe it. Like she is like, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Like,
Yeah, she flat out says she's like,
There's
nobody,
nobody
better.
and the
than
one
me.
person who questioned her, that's when I was really like, oh no. Because there was one person who was on like a retreat with her that was just like, why can't you tell me someone that you look up to? Like, why can't you tell me someone who is a mentor to you? And she's like, because no one is better than me. No one has done it better than me.
Okay.
And you questioning that, why would you question it? Like, you want me to
you're
doubt
right.
myself. You're like, oh.
Which one of us could be the cult leader, though?
She's one of those people too
You,
that
Cassie.
I was going to say Christina.
devious.
Yeah.
I mean, I think very different cults you would lead.
Very
the two of
different.
you.
But yeah, no, her thing, like, oh my God, it's just a lot. If you are fascinated by cult of personalities, I definitely recommend checking out this Freeform documentary. It's on Hulu.
Yeah.
It's 4 parts.
There is I actually just started, I was in the process of starting, haven't really got into it yet, but there is a podcast about it as well.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
No, she's one of those people too that uses trauma as a way to make you uncomfortable and disarm you.
Yeah.
And her trauma too.
And her trauma.
Yeah.
And it's I actually found out her child psychiatrist was Barbara Snow, the main satanic panic.
No way.
Oh.
Yeah. So her parents sent her to Barbara Snow, the same one that implanted all those like satanic panic things.
Yeah. There's something there's something very, very off. You can tell when she's talking about her trauma. It feels like she hasn't processed it
right.
correctly, and like that's why she's it's part of why
She
she's
uses
doing
it as like as a club or a knife. She uses her trauma as a weapon. And it very much comes across as weaponized to me.
It's very bleh.
Yeah.
Well, I watched finally, like, because I love horror movies, And everyone kept being like, have you seen Fresh on Hulu? Have you seen Fresh? And it's Sebastian Stan and Daisy Edgar Jones. Is that her name?
I think so.
Who's going to be in Where the Crawdads Sing and who was in Under the Banner of Heaven. I really like her. And I did watch it. I loved it.
Nice.
I will say, if you are squeamish, probably
Not for you, huh?
is not for you. And then I started reading a book called Tender is the Flesh, which is similar vibes. So if you liked the movie Fresh, this book might be for you. Gross. Again, like if you don't have a strong stomach, especially with the book, I'd say the book is more grosser.
Really?
It's grosser than the movie, but I like them both. They're
Is it
horror.
zombie-ish?
It's cannibalism-ish.
Okay.
So not for everybody. It might not.
You're
be
like,
your cup
high
of tea.
recommend.
But Fresh is kind of like a dark comedy though, so it's kind of fun. And
Nice.
I enjoyed them. So thank you to everybody who recommended that I watch that movie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I have been watching Only Murders in the Building. Just came out with the new
the
season.
second
I
season.
haven't
Is it good?
started
It is.
yet.
We only started the first episode. We
Nice.
just started it last night. And it's been, so you guys know I've been watching Balthazar, which
Yeah.
I've loved. But I'm also at that point where it's like I said, when I get too tired, like I still kind of want to watch TV, but I don't want to watch anything.
Read.
I don't want to read.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and they're half-hour episodes. So that's kind of what we did the other night. It was like, let's start
And it's
Only
kind of
Murders
just,
in the Building.
it's kind of silly
Yeah.
and fun. Like the first
It's
season
really
felt very
good.
like silly. Yeah, but in a great
really
way.
good. Yeah.
Very
Nice.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, if you guys have something that we should watch or read, if you want to give us stories, FMK suggestions, anything, just reach out to our one-stop shop of a website. It's myworstatepodcast.com. And we love you so much.
Cheers.